with the water. Which kind of a water it is? It is static water. So there are different forces are going to act on this surface. So the first force is nothing but it is the wave force. So have you seen the waves generated on the surface of the water?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever seen the waves generated on the surface of the water? It is due to air. So these waves, they are going to continuously hit the surface of the dam. Okay, so these waves, they are going to hit the surface of the dam. So therefore, wave force is the one of the force which is going to act on the surface of the dam. So continuously hitting of water on the surface of the dam, what happens when a surface is continuously get impacted by a particular material? Then what happens? What happens if a surface is continuously hit by something? Then what happens to this surface?
It damages.
It will damage.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which material you are going to use to construct the dam? Either you are going to use the earth materials, like you may use mud. Those are called as earthen dams. Earthen dams are not common, but gravity dams are commonly used. Okay. So gravity dams are also called as a rigid dams because these are constructed.
We can't hear your voice, ma'am.
We can't hear you, ma'am.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where I was?
Gravity.
Gravity dam.
Gravity dam. So there are two types of dams are there. One is earthen dam, second one is gravity dam. Okay. So when the wave force, when they are continuously hitting the surface of the dam, this portion of the dam will get damaged. Now, what happens after damage? I am going to explain you now. What the things are going to happen when the surface of the dam is continuously hit by a particular material. So think that this is the dam. Please concentrate. So this is the dam. And this is the wave force which is hit to this surface. And this portion will start scouring. What do you mean by scouring? What do you mean by scouring?
Hitting.
Scouring, detaching, damaging. Okay. So this portion of a concrete will be detached from the surface of the dam. Afterwards, what happens? The water starts percolating inside the dam. When the water starts percolating inside the dam, then what happens? The dam will collapse. Okay, so this is the wave force which is going to affect the surface of the dam. Understood? Understood, my dear students?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is the first force. Second force is wind velocity. Okay, wind velocity. So the wind velocity should be such that the constructed structure should withstand the wind velocity. I think you might have seen some electrical poles at the side of the roads. Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever the wind velocity increases, this electrical pole, they are going to change its surface like this. Have you seen it?
No, ma'am.
So the electrical pole will be vertical direction. Okay. As the wind velocity increases, the electrical pole will tilt like this. It will change its position. Have
Yes,
you
ma'am.
observed
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
Yes,
Why
ma'am.
it
Yes,
is?
ma'am.
Why it is so? Why it is so? Because the electrical
Air
pole
pressure.
is not having a tendency to withstand the force of the wind. Okay. So now when constructed dam should be such that it should withstand the force of the wind. So wind velocity is also second type of force which is going to affect the surface of the dam. Understood? So first one is wave force, second one is wind velocity force. Okay. So these are the first and the second type of forces. Now which is the third force? Which will be the third force? That is earthquake. Okay. When the earthquake happens, the structure of the body, it is going to move from one place to another. Okay. My voice is audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the third force is earthquake force. Whenever the earthquake happens, there may be chances of materials shifting from one place to another. Second thing, there may be some vibrations. Due to that vibrations, what happens? The surface of the dam or any structure, not only dam, any structure, they may get a crack. Okay. So you are going to see the cracks which are developed on the surface of the building due to vibration. These cracks not only happens by the effect of earthquake, but other kind of forces, they may form these cracks on the building structures or a hydraulic structures. Now, when these crack develops on the surface of the dam, what happens? This portion is continuously in contact with the water. So this water, it will start penetrating inside the body of the dam. Due to continuous movement of water inside the body of the dam, so you can see the thickness of the water. You are going to see some channel of water which will be formed inside the body of the dam. So due to this continuous movement of water inside the body of the dam, so this portion and this one. Now it is clear for you to understand. Okay, so this is the water which is continuously moving. So these particles which are present in the dam, they are going to make the way. So have you seen a rainwater flowing on the surface of the ground? The ground consists
Yes,
of
ma'am.
a sand particle or a soil particle. Okay, so as soon as the water flows, these sand particles or the soil particles, they are going to make a way for the movement of water. Okay, and after rainfall stops, when the complete water drains out from the surface of the ground, you can see some rainwater marks on the surface of the ground. Okay, so same thing what happens here. As the water passes inside, the materials which are present here, they are going to make a way. Okay, due to that what happens? The water will be start flowing inside this. Now this portion is detached. This is different portion of the dam and this is another portion. Okay, so in this two portion, the water will be flowing. Now, in this condition, what happens? The dam is going to give an alarm. Okay, so my dear students, whenever a building collapses, it is going to give an alarm to the peoples. Okay, so even the hydraulic structure also, it will give an alarm because we have constructed by means of the using RCC, reinforced concrete structure. What do you mean by reinforcement, my dear students? Any idea about reinforcement? Any idea about reinforcement?
No, ma'am.
What? You don't know reinforcement, okay. Suppose if our body does not contains any bone, then what happens? How will be the structure of a human body?
No structure, ma'am.
Can anybody tell me, if a human body does not contain any skeleton, any bone, then how will be the structure?
No shape, ma'am.
No, no
There
shape
will be
and
no
structure,
specific
ma'am.
structure, ma'am.
Exactly. In order to give the structure to any building, what you are going to use there?
Rod.
Exactly.
Iron bars.
Material.
It is called as a bars. Okay. So in building, in structural buildings, bars act as a bone. Concrete material act as a muscles. Okay. If this bone get cracked, then what happens? The structure will be, what happens to the structure? If any bone from your body, if it get broken, then what happens? The structure will be,
Collapse.
Collapse.
Damaged.
it will not collapse, it will change its structure.
Shape.
Shape. Okay, exactly what happens here. Okay, so we are going to use reinforced concrete structure. So a bar, it is nothing but a tensile force is going to act here. You might have done this experiment. When you are going to heat a bar, then what happens? It is going to expand, it is going to elongate. Am I right? Whenever you are going to
Yes,
heat
ma'am.
any metal, it is going to increase its length. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever a building collapses, it will take certain time to bend this bar. You are going to study this concept in a BMT lab. Okay. So until and unless the bar is going to be bent, a particular limit is reached. At that time, this bar is going to break. Okay. So before breaking this bar, it will give an alarming where you have to escape from that building. Understood, my dear students? So these all things happens before collapsing a building. Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now here what happens? Since we have used reinforced concrete structure, therefore the dam is going to give an alarming state. After that, the dam is going to collapse. Okay, so which was the third force going to act on the surface of the dam? It was the earthquake force. Understood? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
First one was which force?
Ma'am. Wave
Wave.
force.
Wave
Wave
force.
force.
Okay, second one is wind velocity.
Wind
Wind
velocity.
Wind
velocity.
Okay, third one is
Wind velocity.
Earthquake.
earthquake. Okay. Apart from that, there is another condition where it is going to affect the hydraulic structure. That is soil material. Okay. Generally, whenever you are going to purchase any residential building, which kind of a soil you are going to prefer?
White.
How many types of soils are there? Any idea?
White soil and black soil.
How many types of soils you have seen?
4 types.
Black
Which
soil,
type?
red.
Black soil, red soil,
Red soil. Laterite.
laterite.
What
Apart
are
from
soil?
that, clayey soil, sandy soil,
Clay soil. Yes, ma'am.
loamy soil. I think you have studied in your high schools about the soils.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so usually we are going to consider red soil as a good bearing capacity soil. What do you mean by bearing capacity?
Holding
Withstand
capacity, ma'am.
capacity. Holding.
Stability.
Stability, withstanding the force.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
before construction of any structure, we are going to check whether the soil is having a tendency to hold the load, to bear the load. That we have to check. Okay, suppose think that I have constructed this dam on a black cotton soil. Okay, so black cotton soil, have you seen this soil, this type of a soil? It is
Yes,
available
ma'am.
in the field.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the property of a black cotton soil?
Fertile.
What is the quality of a black cotton soil? Have you seen the farmland in summer season?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
How it will be? The surface is cracked.
Yes, ma'am.
Why it is?
Porous.
Why it is?
Barren land.
No. In summer season, you are going to see the farmland which will be completely cracked like this. Why it happens?
Because of temperature, high temperature,
What?
ma'am.
Water
Okay,
quantity will be less, ma'am.
Less water, ma'am.
Yeah. In case of a black cotton soil,
No
the
water.
soil will be completely evaporated
Yes.
through the increased in temperature. Okay, so there will be very less quantity of moisture available in the black cotton soil. Okay, so one of the property of a black cotton soil is that it has a tendency of expanding and contracting. If you add water to a black cotton soil, it is going to expand. The density, the volume of the soil is going to increase. When the water is completely evaporated back, it is going to shrink. It is going to contract. Okay. Black cotton soil is having a property of expanding and contracting. So when you are going to add the water, it is going to increase its volume. When the water is going to be evaporated, the volume is going to decrease. Expansion and contraction. Okay. In case of a elasticity, rubber, okay, it is going to expand, it is going to contract. An elastic force is generated in the black cotton soil. Suppose if you have constructed this hydraulic structure on a black cotton soil, then what happens? In a rainy season, not only in rainy season, this is the upstream side of the dam. The river is flowing in this direction. So this portion is completely in contact with the water. This is the hydraulic structure. Up to a particular distance at the upstream side and the downstream side, we are going to make a apron. Apron is nothing but it is a concrete layer which is provided both at the upstream side and the downstream side up to a particular distance. So this portion is made up of a cement concrete where no percolation of water takes place. At this portion, you can see it is not provided with any cement material. So therefore, the water starts percolating inside the soil. As the water starts percolating inside the soil, which type of a soil we have used here? It is a black cotton soil. Whenever a black cotton soil comes in contact with the water, then what happens? Its volume is going to expand. Understood? Understanding what I am saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So now,
ma'am.
as the volume increases, it is going to give an uplift force. the force is exerted in upward direction. Due to this force, the hydraulic structure is lifted at a certain height. This happens only when the water comes in contact with the black cotton soil. In case of a summer season, the water is completely evaporated from the black cotton soil. Now what happens to the soil?
Contract, ma'am.
It is going to contract. Very good. As the soil contract, what happens? Initially, the dam has been lifted up. Now it will come down. Okay? Expansion, contraction. This is expansion. This is contraction. Whenever the expansion takes place, the structure is lifted up. Whenever contraction takes place, the structure is lifted down. So due to continuous lifting up and lifting down, what happens to the structure?
It will lose its strength, ma'am.
It will lose its strength. Apart from that, you are going to see the cracks
Yes, ma'am.
generated on the surface of the body of the dam. I have already explained you. As the cracks develops, what happens next? The water starts penetrating inside these cracks. Initially, it will be a small crack. As the water force increases, the crack develops and start increasing up to the entire body of the dam. Okay, so it will make a passage. So the water will make a passage which passes through the dam and the dam is going to collapse. Okay, so therefore soil also plays a vital role in construction of structures. So therefore we are going to use red soil because red soil is having a tendency of less expansion and contraction, and it is having a good bearing capacity to hold the entire structure. Got it? Any doubts?
No,
Any
ma'am.
doubts? Any doubts, my dear
No, ma'am.
students? Okay. So first force was wave force. Second one is wind velocity. Third one is earthquake force. Fourth one is
Earthquake.
soil stability of
Earthquake.
this earthquake and soil stability. Okay, and weight of the dam itself, it is act as a type of force. So weight of the body of the dam will be acting, the force is acting in the downward direction. So the weight of the dam should be such that it should withstand all the forces which are going to be exerted on the surface of the dam. Okay, so there are still many forces which are going to be exerted on the surface of the dam, so which you will be studying in your higher classes. So the second module is totally based on hydrostatic force. Now take a glass, fill with some liquid, immerse a coin in that. Let us consider a circular coin. Okay, what is the coin here? It is the surface. I am talking about hydrostatic force exerted on the surface. Okay, now I have taken a glass filled with some liquid and I have immersed a coin in that. The coin acts as a surface and the liquid which is available here, it is nothing but it is hydrostatic. Why it is hydrostatic?
Because the
Why?
water is
Stagnant water.
Because it is
Stagnant water.
Stagnant water. Now, when this surface comes in contact with the liquid, then the force is exerted by the liquid on the entire surface of the coin. Agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
The molecular forces are going to be exerted on the entire surface of the coin. Now, in this chapter, you have to check where will be the center of force. Okay, where will be the center of pressure and the total pressure going to be exerted on the coin. The basic concept of this method you have already studied in the first year, Elements of Civil Engineering, 5th module. Can you recall it? Moment of inertia in x
Yes, ma'am.
direction. Okay, moment of inertia in y direction. Okay, where does the centroid exist? Okay, apart from that, total pressure and center of pressure you are going to study in this semester. Okay, so I will just make a small glance. In case of a circular surface, the center of gravity exists exactly at the center. Am I right? Is it correct?
Yes,
Where
ma'am.
does the center of gravity exist in a square? Where does the
L by
CG?
2, B by 2.
Where does the CG going to be exerted in the rectangular structure? Square structure. It is at the center. Okay, L by 2, as you said. If you consider this as a L, and this will be L by 2. Okay. What happens in the rectangular structure? Where does the CG exist here?
L by 2 and B by 2.
It is also at the center. Okay. So these things you have to remember. In case of a circular, in case of a rectangle, in case of a square, the CG exists exactly at the center. Okay. What happens in a triangular surface? Where does the CG exist here?
Center.
No, you're absolutely wrong. It is not at the center. This portion is called as apex. Okay, this is base. The CG is going to occur 1/3 of the apex and 2/3 of base. Got the point? The CG is going to exert 1/3 of from the apex and 2/3 from the base. It is not at the center. Now, why I am explaining this all? Because you are going to derive the expressions. I have taken an example of a circular coin. Okay, next I am going to take a rectangular coin and I am going to check how the force is exerted in the rectangular surface. I am going to take a triangular surface immersed in a liquid and I am going to check how the force is exerted on this surface. Likewise, there are different surfaces are there. One is circular and triangular. On these two surfaces, you are going to check where does the pressure is going to be exerted. Understood? Understood the necessity of studying this module?
Yes.
Does my voice is audible to you all?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Lot of disturbance, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I gave an example of a circular coin. Okay. I gave an example of a square. I gave an example of a rectangle. I gave an example of a triangle. In theory classes, you studied where does the center of gravity exist on these surfaces. And you are going to calculate what is the total pressure of liquid which is exerted on these surfaces. Okay. The derivation part, everything you have studied in the theoretical class. Now I am going to tell you how it is implemented in the practical. In practical, if this is the hydraulic structure, I always give you the example of a hydraulic structure. Why? Because the water is in contact with the hydraulic structure. So this is the upstream side This is the downstream side. Okay, and think that this is the height h. Okay, now I am going to ask you a question. In this particular surface of the dam, where does the CG exist? Where does the center of gravity exist on this surface? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me where does the center of gravity going to be exerted? Where does the center of gravity is going to be exerted? Can anybody tell me? My voice is audible to you all?
It is at down, ma'am.
Down where? Where it is? Okay, this is the 3D surface of the dam. Okay, three-dimensional surface. Okay, now this surface is in contact with the liquid. Only this portion. Okay, so this is like this. This is the height of water, and I have taken this height of water as a h, small h. Only this portion of dam is in contact with the water. Agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about this portion? It is in contact with the air.
Air.
Okay.
Air.
Now I have to check what is the force exerted by what? Exerted by the water on this surface. So this is the front view. When you are going to see from this side, this surface is a rectangular surface. Okay. You can see here this surface is the rectangular surface. Now the pressure of the water, the force of the water is acting on which surface? On a rectangular surface. Understanding what I am saying?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, this surface look like a rectangular surface.
Rectangular
Now,
surface.
okay, now tell me what will be the CG? I said for a rectangular surface, the center of gravity exactly lies at the center. Same thing what happens with a square, and same thing what happens with a circle. Now, which kind of a surface it is?
Rectangular surface.
It is
Rectangular surface.
a rectangular surface. Now, where does the CG exist? The total height of
At
the
the
dam at the center. So the total height of the dam, I have taken it as a capital H. Height of water, I have taken it as a small h. Now tell me, where does the CG exist?
H by 2.
Which h? Capital H or a small h?
ma'am.
Capital H, ma'am.
Capital H.
No.
Small h.
Why capital H? So many of the students, they will fail to calculate the center of gravity. What I am saying, this is small h, height of water. This is capital H, the entire height of a dam, capital H. Okay, only this portion is in contact with the water. I am talking about hydrostatic forces. Okay, only this portion is in contact with the water. The rest of the portion is in contact with the atmosphere. So therefore, since it is a rectangular surface, the force is exerted at the center. Okay, the CG lies at the center at a height how much? Small h divided by 2. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Why it is a small
Yes,
h
ma'am.
why it is a small h divided by 2? Only that portion is in contact with the water. Understanding what I am saying?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the doubt is clear? Shall I give another example?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. In spite of taking a gravity dam, I have taken a rectangular dam. Let us take a rectangular dam. So this is the available water at upstream side. And this is the available water at the downstream side. So this is the good example to clarify your doubts. Okay, and this is the base. I'm going to take the height at the upstream side as small h. Okay, and the total height of the rectangular dam, I have taken it as a capital H. At the downstream side, the height of water, I have taken it as a small a. Now tell me, at the upstream side, where does the CG exist?
Small h by 2.
Small h by 2.
Why it is?
Because it is in contact with the water.
Water.
Because the surface is in contact with the water.
Water.
Okay, only this surface. Only the surface. Next, what happens at the downstream side?
A by 2.
A divided by 2. Okay, so we have to calculate the pressure exerted by the water on the surface. Okay, so another thing I wanted to clarify here, which is very important. In case of a upstream side, the direction of the water will be in this direction. Therefore, the pressure is going to exert in the forward direction. Please keep it in your mind. Okay, if this is the direction of a water, then the force exerted will be in the forward direction. In case of a downstream side, the pressure of the water on the surface of the dam is exerted in the opposite direction. Therefore, the CG exists in the backward direction. Understood my concept? Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubts?
Yes.
Shall I explain
No,
it once
ma'am.
again? Shall I explain it once again?
Yes, ma'am.
Think that this is the rectangular surface. I have taken an example of a rectangular surface. This is the available water at the upstream side, and this is the available water at the downstream side. Okay, in case of a upstream side, the force is exerted by the water on the surface, on the upstream surface in this direction. Okay, therefore the center of gravity is going to exert in the forward direction. Okay, and the CG exists somewhere here. What happens at the downstream side? The force of the water is exerted on the dam, the pressure of the water exerted on the dam in the backward direction. Therefore, the CG, that is small a divided by 2, it will come somewhere here. So the CG lies in the backward direction. Understood? Understood what I'm... Okay. So now, the pressure at the upstream side is in forward direction. The pressure at the downstream is in backward direction. Now tell me, what is the definition of an equilibrium?
Upstream equal to downstream, ma'am.
No. General definition of equilibrium.
Summation of x is 0, y is 0.
Summation
When
of
you
fx.
say the surface is in equilibrium condition.
Summation of fx equal to 0. Summation of fy equal to 0, ma'am.
Okay. What is
Summation
that
of
Fx? Force exerted in x
yes,
direction.
right.
Okay, is equal to force exerted in y direction.
Y direction.
Okay, so this is horizontal force and this is vertical force. Am I right? Y direction. The another way I can explain you that this is the force exerted in x direction. This is also force exerted in x direction. But how the forces are? How the forces are?
Opposite.
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 They are equal. They should be equal and opposite. Okay, only when they are equal and opposite, this structure will be stable. It will be in the equilibrium condition. Understanding what I am saying? If the force exerted in forward direction and the force exerted in backward direction, okay, if they are in equilibrium state, then only the structure will be in equilibrium condition. Okay, if the forces are not equal, the force exerted in forward direction is greater and the force exerted in backward direction is lesser, then what happens?
The dam will collapse, ma'am.
The dam will not collapse, it will tilt, same
Yes,
as an electrical pole.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, force exerted in this direction and force exerted in opposite direction. If they are equal and opposite, then only this surface will be stable. It will be in equilibrium condition. Okay, if the force exerted in forward direction is greater and this is lesser, then what happens? It will tilt in this direction. Agree with it? Agree with this? Okay, so therefore, in order to keep this surface in equilibrium condition, what you have to design? You have to design the dam in such a way that it should be in equilibrium condition. Okay, understood? Is there any doubts?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Is there any doubts? Understanding the concept?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these things,
ma'am.
it will be applicable in future whenever we are going to design the dam, taking this concept into consideration, we have to design the dam. Understood? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But only thing is that, my dear students, whenever you are going to calculate the center of gravity, check which type of a surface it is. Whether it is a circular, whether it is a triangular. Okay, because the CG is not constant for all the surface. Even for trapezium also, the CG is not constant. Okay, so in the first year, I think there was a table for all the surface to check
Yes,
the
ma'am.
centroid.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Okay. Next, water pressure on the gravity dam, lock gates. So these all things you are going to study in this. And next thing is fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. So in fluid, two concepts are there. One is fluid kinematic. Another one is fluid dynamics. Okay. So fluid is nothing but it is the combination of a liquid and gas. Fluid is the combination of liquid and gas. The fundamental of a fluid is divided into two categories: fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. What do you mean by fluid kinematics? What do you mean by kinematic? Kinematic.
Calculating the projectile, ma'am.
No. Kinematic. Have you seen the kinetic Honda?
Dynamic.
Vehicle. Kinetic vehicle. Have you heard it?
Kinetic.
Kinetic scooty. Kinetic scooty, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Kinetic bike. Vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
What? Why that name kinetic? Kinetic. It is kinetic Honda. Nodiri. Gadi nodiri kinetic.
Yes, ma'am.
It was very old model. Sorry. Why the name kinetic they have given for that? Simple. Kinetic anno hesaru. Why they have given?
Forces really cause in motions.
Pardon? Why they have given the name kinetic Honda for that particular vehicle? There should be some relation that kinetic. Vehicle moves from one place to another place. Okay. So which type of forces are exerted here? Kinetic forces. Okay. What is the use of a vehicle? What is the use of vehicle? You all are sleeping?
To move from
You all are sleeping? My voice is audible to you all?
transportation purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the fluid moves from one place to another.
Another place.
Whenever you are going to pour a liquid on the surface of the ground, the liquid is going to move from one place to another. Okay. So fluid kinematic. So fluid kinematic is nothing but it is the study where the fluid passes from one place to another place. The fluid travels from one place to another place. Okay. But there are some forces. There are some forces which are making the fluid to travel from one place to another place. Okay. So think that if you are standing here and somebody pushes you, what happens? If you are standing in position A, if somebody comes and push you, then what happens? Which is your next position? Which is your next position? My voice is audible to you all?
B, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So think that you are standing on the position A. Somebody comes and pushes you. Then what happens? You are going to change your position.
Yes, ma'am.
Same thing what happens with the flowing water. Why does the water flows? Because certain forces are exerted there. Due to that forces, the water travels from one position to another position. Okay. Now, fluid kinematics is nothing but it is the fluid in motion. What do you mean by fluid in motion? Because the fluid is traveling here. It is not static. The fluid is traveling from one place to another place. But in case of a fluid kinematics, we are not considering the forces making the fluid to travel from one place to another place. Okay. In case of a fluid dynamic is nothing but
Forces
the
are acted.
okay, the difference between fluid kinematic and fluid dynamic is that both the fluids are in motion. Okay. In case of a fluid kinematic also, the fluid is moving. In case of a fluid dynamic also, the fluid is moving. But the difference is that in case of a fluid kinematic, the forces which are making the fluid to travel from one place to another place, those forces are not taken into consideration. Okay. Whereas in fluid dynamics, it is opposite to that. The forces which are going to be exerted, the forces which are making the water to travel from one place to another place, that should be taken into consideration in case of which concept? In terms of which concept?
Fluid
Dynamics,
dynamics.
ma'am. Fluid dynamics.
Fluid dynamic. So this is the difference between fluid kinematic and fluid dynamic. Understood? Both the fluids are in motion, but in first case we are not going to consider the force. In second case we are going to consider the forces. Okay? Understood the concept, my dear students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hydrostatic forces on surface. So you are going to calculate the total pressure, center of pressure. So here we are going to take different surfaces: horizontal surface, vertical surface, inclined surface. Okay, we are going to keep some horizontal surface inside the liquid, and we are going to check where does the center of pressure is going to be exerted. We are going to keep a vertical surface. Okay, so in case of this particular module, we are going to take different cases. We are going to keep a vertical surface immersed in a liquid, and we are going to check what is the center of pressure. Apart from that, we are going to keep a horizontal surface, and we are going to check what is the center of pressure. We are going to place an inclined surface, and we are going to check what is the center of pressure. Okay, but the surfaces changes here. In spite of rectangle, I may take a circle. Circle kept in vertical direction, circle kept in horizontal direction, circle kept in inclined direction. Understood? Is it confusing? Understand ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ
No,
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In this module, we are going to check the center of pressure by taking some surfaces. Okay, that surface, I am going to keep it in vertical direction, I am going to keep it in horizontal direction, I am going to keep it in inclined direction, and finally I am going to check what is the center of pressure and total pressure. Okay, understood? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So in the same model, we are also going to discuss the fundamental of kinematics. And third module is related to fundamental dynamics, where you are going to derive the equation on Euler's equation of motion and Bernoulli's equation. Bernoulli's equation is very important. So till you complete, after completion of your engineering also, you are going to use this Bernoulli's equation. Okay. And next thing, the applications. Application of the fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics you are going to study in the third module. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, I am going to explain few equipments, why it is used and where it is used. Okay. Is there any doubts? Is there any doubts,
No,
my
ma'am.
dear students?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So first module is related to basic property of a fluid. Second module is hydrostatic forces acting on a surface. Third module is fluid dynamics. Okay. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you're having any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, then thank you very much. We'll meet you in the next class. Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. ಯಾರದಿರೋ ಏ
ಬರ್ರಿ ಯಾಕಂತ ಯಾಕಂತ ಯಾರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ ಗಾಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಏ ನಾಸ್ತ